It is Thursday, November 13th in the United States and Canada. The Buffalo Sabres might be in massive trouble, and this is What Chaos from the Sports Interaction Studios in Boston, Massachusetts. My name is David Bean. I sit beside Pete Blackburn, and across the room is Sean DePaz. Sean, you made a face at that.
Might be.
It might be.
I made a face at the uncertainty because I think they are.
Life's all about uncertainty, buddy.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Buddy boy. Okay, Pete, how are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Looking
You're
good.
all Tejas
I
up.
was going to say, looking good.
This sweater brought to you by my my wonderful wife and the fine folks at Hollister.
Wow.
Hollister throwing out banger Texas merch right now.
Okay.
So, shout out to this unbelievable sweater that I'm wearing.
There should be a little rule there where, because all these places, Hollister, Abercrombie, or whatever, they do these things where they'll print either like team merch or something that's supposed to look vintagey, faux back, and you automatically want to skip it. But if you do, you miss that. I used to have an awesome Green Bay Packers shirt where people were like, damn, where'd you get that? Old Navy, bitch.
Yeah, I mean, Old Navy.
I mean, we've had Old Navy experiences.
Old
Yeah.
Navy is great. Abercrombie's awesome now. Hollister's got some awesome stuff. Like
American Eagle has good jeans, famously.
depends on who you speak to, but yes.
How do you feel on that?
On the commercial or
It was
No,
all
not the
stupid.
good-
Every ounce of it was stupid.
It's all stupid. And the interviewer saying to Sydney Sweeney that she was going to give her the opportunity to clarify that she's not a white supremacist, which is like...
But
Sydney
then
Sweeney-
also
she was
Sydney
also-
Sweeney
But then Sydney
not
Sweeney
really
being like,
clarifying that I'm
"No,
not a
thank
white
you."
supremacist.
Yeah.
it was
To be
every
fair,
ounce of it was insane.
she was stoned out of her gourd.
Was she?
She was very high in that interview.
Oh, I didn't watch the actual
Maybe
interview.
this person just has nothing to offer. And some of us have been saying this for years.
She obviously has something to offer.
Good
A
jeans.
few things to offer.
For
Good genes.
one-dimensional...
But she's
folks.
not a bad actress. Like, she's not a bad actress. Do I think that she's leading woman quality? Probably not. And I think they're trying to really make her a leading woman. I think she is more of a cultural phenomenon / like icon right now than she is a respectable actress or like reputable actress. I'm more just tired of like trying to make her more than she is. That's where I'm at.
I stay having absolutely no use for Sydney Sweeney. I hope that she is a nice person and has a great life and makes money and everything. I've not enjoyed one thing I've seen with her.
You didn't like Euphoria?
I never saw
never
Euphoria,
watched
so maybe I'm a little
love
I'm willing to bet that he would not like Euphoria.
Probably not, but I think it's an awesome show.
But there's no one who is more discussed and that I would rather not discuss than her, as we briefly discuss her. Like if a
Unnecessarily
guy
discussed.
has a thought on Sydney Sweeney, I don't want to hear it. If a
Yeah.
girl has a thought on Sydney Sweeney, I don't want to hear it. If Sydney Sweeney has a thought, I'd be surprised if it's a smart one.
I thought you were just going to say I'd be surprised. End sentence.
I don't think she needs to have thoughts, though. I think we've put her in this weird fucking place.
That's my thing is that like I don't feel like she probably didn't ask for any of this. She's got it now, so she kind of has to do something with it. But like she probably thought she was just making a fun. She got a check to make a commercial.
I think she
probably didn't
definitely
think
gets
about it
to
that much.
plead ignorance. Like anybody who we don't know that well, because we don't, can just be like, "Oh, I'm fucking stupid," and we have to be like, "Oh, damn, I should have maybe thought that."
I feel like the biggest peak and simultaneously the lowest valley of the Sydney Sweeney experience was her own grandmother saying that she had the best boobs in Hollywood. A crazy thing to hear
Kind
from
of
your grandmother
her
on the
oldest
record.
Chapman type beat.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, bad.
You could have given me 10 million guesses, and I did not think we'd be starting the show by talking about the Sydney Sweeney American Eagle Good Jeans commercial.
Another thing, people in the chat saying, "Attaboy, Deej, get her." But there are two people who both did a movie together that I think people thought you were not allowed to say, "I'm not crazy about this person." And every time someone says, "I'm not crazy about this person," everybody's like, "Oh, thank God, I was waiting for someone to say that." The other person is Glenn Powell.
Yeah, I don't understand that one. I'll be honest.
I don't have a problem with Glenn Powell, but I don't gush over him the way. And credit to Katie Nolan. She was the first person to kind of peek her head out and be like,
Why are we doing this?
"This guy doesn't matter that much to me." And I was like, "Oh, queen."
No, Glenn Powell's awesome. I'm a huge Glenn Powell guy. Like a lot of charisma, actual leading man quality actor. Very funny. Seems like an awesome dude.
What has he been in
and has
that's
grinded
good?
for a long time.
What has he been in that's good? Like I'm asking genuinely. Like
Twisters?
I thought the Twisters was okay.
I didn't see Twisters.
Everybody wants some.
Haven't seen
But that's not Glenn Powell though.
He's in that.
Yes.
Scream Queens, really good. He's been around for a long time, and he's kind of worked his way up. He does not feel industry planty, and I feel like,
dude, he's from fucking Maine.
If you're not,
there's no way he's industry planty.
Like, I can understand.
Top Gun,
I think that some of the conversation around Glenn Powell that we were having with Katie the other day was like he's got some Ryan Reynolds to him, where he's really really embracing.
That was not with Katie. John texted us.
Oh, John Feidelberg, yeah. He's got like this, like he's tailoring his like image or whatever you want to say. He's got some of that to him, but I actually think there's a real human being in Glenn Powell, where Ryan Reynolds now seems more like an entity than anything.
I'm sorry I said that Glenn Powell is from Maine. I don't know where he's from, but I know that he like lives in Maine sometimes or whatever.
Is he from Texas? Yeah,
He's
Longhorns
from-
fan.
He better be from
Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
Right. Hook 'em,
he
baby.
better be from Texas. Okay. We've got the hockey
Oh yeah,
was-
no, easy answer. Sorry, Top Gun Maverick.
Once someone said that in the chat, I was like, oh yeah. That movie rocks.
All right. What's on the show today, Pete?
Today on the show is Officially Hot. That's not about Sydney Sweeney, apparently.
Not for me. I'll tell you, if we have to go there too, I don't see it. Go on.
Okay.
Crazy.
You say crazy?
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, no, I think you can say a lot of things about Sydney Sweeney. That doesn't track for me. Officially Hot, probably going to be talking about the New York Rangers, maybe the New Jersey Devils. We've got 2 weeks' notice. You're given 2 weeks' notice to U.S. American Thanksgiving. We're a couple weeks out. That means it's important to check in on the standings. We'll do that in this show. Rest in peace, Brooksy. Our guy, Larry Brooks, has passed away. A legend of the game, legendary New York Post personality, writer, New York Rangers beat reporter, has passed away. We'll talk about him and some of his best moments around the game. And finally, another installment of Jersey behavior and perhaps a what are we looking at here? So it's going to be a fun show.
Okay, we'll start off in saying, and look, I'm not biased here. This is something we do on the show, so I have to do it. There is a new hottest team in hockey, and it is the Edmonton Oilers.
Oh boy.
What'd you think of that last night?
I fucking hated it.
They've won 2 straight. For folks who don't know, they've won 2 straight, maybe by the skin of their absolute you-know-whats.
Yeah.
But they have won 2 straight, and no one's hotter.
I'm not going to say that I hate the Edmonton Oilers, but I'm really fucking sick of the Oilers. I'm sick of the Oilers. I had no time, no taste for them doing the same exact shit down to the Jack Roslovic overtime goal last night, where they play a horrible game. It's boring as shit. Then, oh, wouldn't you know it? They get extremely lucky in the final moments. They get to overtime. They salvage a point, and then wouldn't you know it? Inevitably, they get the second point and the overtime point as well.
They played by the rules. The Flyers, hey, shout out the Flyers. If
Yeah,
you
like
ain't
stay
cheating,
on
you
side.
ain't trying.
Stay on side. Owen Tippett, please stay on side. But like, God, I'm just really losing my patience with the Oilers because play a normal fucking hockey game. Be a good hockey team. I love the Oilers for all of this chaos and the entertainment value that they bring. The entertainment value is not really even there this year. They're skipping the 60 minutes of entertainment and going right to the, I guess not right to, but like still keeping the fucking bullshit point that they managed to salvage and sometimes two, but they're skipping the 60 minutes, which is part of the Edmonton Oilers experience that I've grown to love.
I was so bored watching that game last night. That game absolutely stunk, baby. And in all seriousness, they haven't figured it out. They'll be hot at some point. They're probably, I mean, we have to call them the hottest team in hockey because that's just the rules and the proof is in the pudding because they've won 2 in a row. No one else is doing that in the NHL these days. I do not feel that they are back. However, what should annoy you as a non-Oilers diehard is that for some stupid reason, this could maybe like start to get them back.
No, I mean, I fully expect it to start to get them back. Even the what was it, Blue Jackets? Yeah, Blue Jackets game. Blue Jackets game. As soon as they won that game, it was like, okay, this is probably going to be the first of 8 straight wins. Now they've got a second straight bullshit win. Yeah, they're probably going to be super hot now, and it'll be the reason that they're back in the mix in the standings. And you look back on 2 of the dumbest games you've ever seen. Like, this is straight up the dumbest win streak that I've seen in the NHL in quite some time.
Meanwhile,
although, does it count as a win streak? I had some people push back yesterday saying that 2 is not a win streak.
I agree.
What, it has to be 3?
I think.
But it is by definition a win streak. But I could see that spiritually you say, yeah, talk to me when it's 3. I don't consider a team on a win streak until it's 3 games, but I mean, literally, they've won multiple games in a row. That's what a win streak is. Mm-hmm. All right. Meanwhile, Sabres have lost 7 of 8, and last night was not a good one. Kesselring game, Mammoth, Sabres blew a 2-goal lead. And not just blew a two-goal lead. Like, I felt like they kind of, Sean, got their ass kicked in this game. So this is what I need to ask you. There was a tweet from you a year ago, almost to the day. It was November 11th, 2024 in the United States and Canada. Last night was the 12th. You tweeted, after I believe an embarrassing loss to the Canadians, I need some of my followers to keep me in check. If I ever get on here hopeful or excited about the Buffalo Sabres, remind me of this tweet, of this game, ... Remind me of what they've done. And that is my favorite tweet of all time. I reference it off the show all the time. I think sometimes I reference it on the show, but we just need to keep it handy because every now and then things happen that make me think of this tweet. I ask you, Sean, was last night this year's version of that game?
Yeah, I guess. Like, I feel like I brought this up at some point early this season too, because remember, they didn't start the season well either. But yeah, I mean, like yesterday you said that it was a must win for both teams and got put a little pushback on it. I don't know that it was a must win, but it most certainly was a cannot lose like that. Like the way that they lost that game felt like the season was over, to be quite honest.
Explain it to me, because I second screened it.
Like it was a game, it was a kind of game that they lost last year where they were like, they start strong, whatever. And then a team, like they go to an intermission, a team comes out strong, punches them in the mouth, and they just don't know what to do with it. They just crumple. And like you got another, I think good performance from Colton Ellis. I think that kid's gonna end up in the fucking Hall of Fame. I don't know what's up with him. But like
straight to the Hall of Fame is crazy.
Lawson Krause murdered him,
but they were just fucking up the whole team was getting fucked up at the end of that game. Like I don't know. Like the Sabres are not gonna make the playoffs again. This is just what it is. Like the team sucks. It's gonna be 15 years. Like I don't know what to do with it. I'm at a point of just like this is what it is. I don't know why I do this. I don't know why we like it just sucks. The team sucks.
Can I pull a Pete and read a text message that you sent last night? I
Sure.
believe it was, let me find it. Think I'm ready for them to not exist anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, it got
They
real
add
dark.
so little positivity to me life.
To me life.
Sick.
Sick. Yeah, they don't. They like it's been 15 years of them losing more than they win. So like majority of my experience with the Buffalo Sabres throughout my life has been negative experiences. And I love having a team to root for. Like, you know, I grew up a Red Sox fan, but I can't say that I had the same emotional attachment to them just because I didn't live in the city. Like I loved having teams in the city to grow up for. When I was a kid, they were fucking awesome. And now it's just been not even dog shit. Like that's the thing that makes it so much worse. It's not like they're god awful at. If this had been 15 years of the 2023-24 2024-25 San Jose Sharks, I'd be like, all right, the team's dog shit, the roster's dog shit, makes sense. But it's not. There's good players. There's been moments where they've shown they can be a good team, and yet it's the same shit every year where it's like something in the DNA, in the crest, that causes them to be complete fucking assholes, and I just don't enjoy the experience anymore.
But your guy, watch out for JJ Peterka. He's getting hot.
Yeah, that too. That fucking sucks. Him and Andre DeSimone, who's from Buffalo, lit up the Sabres last night. And like, I will say, Rob Ray fucking hates JJ Peterka in Utah. Like, he was shitting on him all night. The goal that he scored, he said, like, it, quote, classic JJ Peterka, doing nothing and then all of a sudden scoring. Damn. Like, that's what he said. And he made multiple remarks throughout the game about how Utah fans don't know puck. He was like, at one point, Utah got a penalty or got a power play and they were booing for some reason. And he was like, see, give them a few years, they'll learn the game. And he made comments like that multiple times. That was fun. But otherwise, did not enjoy the experience and haven't enjoyed most of the experience with the Buffalo.
I mean, that is sour grapes. And if I am a Utah fan, I am saying, like, I don't know puck very well, but I think I could see the scoreboard, bitch.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of lame. But I was DMing with our friend Clubbers a little bit this morning, and he was like, he appreciated it. Like, he appreciated having like a media that is kind of part of the experience, I guess. And like, I appreciate that. Like, I love Rob Ray on the broadcast, but yeah, it was definitely like, this is year 2, Rob, right? Like they've seen they know what hockey is, but I don't know. But I hate, like, I genuinely have bad times most of the time that I'm watching the Buffalo Sabres, and that sucks.
Can I offer you an egg of positivity in these trying times?
Probably not, but go for it.
Matt Savoy looks really good for the Oilers.
Oh, yeah.
Finally getting some run there. And like, if I'm going to give a positive to the Oilers experience, Matt Savoy looks really good.
He's going to start scoring soon. And once that happens, like, it's kind of over. And then the Matt Savoy thing is complete.
Oh,
I know
buddy.
scoring is a big part of it, but once Matt Savoy starts scoring, and he's playing with Connor McDavid right now, bad times in Sean Land. Although, I still like that trade for both teams.
No,
Like,
I mean,
it's going to be hard
have
to
Ryan
like
McLeod right now. You say like it's not dog shit. If you didn't have Ryan McLeod right now, your center situation would be God knows what.
Yeah,
the point of trading a top prospect for Ryan McLeod was to get the bus to the playoffs, and right now it's looking like that bus is not going to arrive.
Got to shout out Isak Rosen, spelled like Isaac Rosen.
I know it's
crazy. Dog. He had like 2 absolutely sick goals last night. But yeah, I mean, like Alex Tuck, absolute ghost throughout the beginning of the season, and for some reason we're still gonna end up paying him more than he deserves. Like, I don't know. I just don't enjoy it. Like, I just genuinely am not having fun with the Buffalo Sabres right now.
Well, right now you are where would you rank in the tri-state? I mean, you're the 4th best tri-state team. That kind of stinks. Because I'll tell you what,
by a large margin at this point, I'd say.
Watch out for the Rangers. They're scoring at home and on the road.
Sabres, by the way, no road wins yet this year. Like, it's just it's bad. It's bad.
That means means that you're making KeyBank a fortress.
But
That's where you do all your work.
yes, we are on track, I would say, the Blues have won a couple of games recently. Because I was going to say we're on track for fire Lindy, Blues fire Monty, we hire Monty, and we sneak into the playoffs. Like, we got to follow that path.
People in the chat have brought up the butter dish. If folks you don't know, the Sabres are doing a butter dish, and they put out a pretty good promo for it.
Yes.
So does that save the season?
No. In the moment, I was like, this is awesome. If I were to watch that back right now, I think I'd break something.
Well, Rangers are kind of getting back. They're not the hottest team in hockey. They've only won 2 games in a row. Like, let's give it some fucking time there. Devils, meanwhile, stay the best team in the Eastern Conference. They come from behind and win 4-3 in overtime. Jack Michael's voice. Simon Nemec, hat trick against the Blackhawks. That was a good one. I fell asleep like late in the 3rd period and then woke up to screaming when Nemec scored the hat trick. But your New Jersey Devils, not the hottest team in hockey, but certainly one of the best.
Certainly one of the best. And when we're talking about Eastern Conference dogs, it's got to be them in Carolina. And
for sure.
Like, when Carolina's healthy, I think they're going to be in the mix. But right now, like, the Devils are awesome. And Simon Nemec is a real interesting case, because last year he was not good for that team. Not good whatsoever. And now he's been really good for that team this year. And they could have some hard decisions to make on the right side of their defense, which is going to be fascinating, because you've got Dougie, you've got Brett Pesce, you've got Luke Hughes, you've got Simon Nemec. So what happens when everybody's healthy? Who's the odd man out? Do you play somebody on their offside? Like, what goes on there?
Righties do not play the left side.
Very rarely, yeah. And so what do you do? And we've been talking about like a New Jersey Devils trade. Like, Ryan O'Reilly came up yesterday with Dmitry Filipovich. What about like a Naz Kadri kind of situation? But like, it would seem that Dougie in any trade scenario would be the odd man out.
Yeah, I think they have to. I mean, Pesce still just got there, but Pesce's been hurt so much. It stinks. I really wanted to see like last year what it would have looked like if everybody was healthy last year, but obviously everything fell apart. Yeah, Dougie would have to be the guy that moves out, but the problem is, I want Dougie Hamilton if I'm a contender. So are you cool if you're the Devils making something of a hockey trade and sending Dougie Hamilton out west and getting something in the way of forward help? Or would you just like, I don't think that Dougie Hamilton should be a cap dump. He's too good for that.
I don't know. Like, I think that they might be willing to just take a bath on a Dougie trade to.
Oh, Luke Hughes is a lefty.
Okay.
Tyler.
All right. Never mind then.
Okay.
My bad.
We good.
All right. Then Dougie can stay.
It's not a problem at all. Dougie Hamilton stays. The New Jersey Devils have won the cup. They still do, though, I think, like, have that solves the, like, do they have too many right defensemen? But it doesn't solve they could probably use a little help up front and definitely seem to have a wealth on the back end.
Yeah, and like we've been talking about a potential Dougie trade for a little bit at this point, but like back to like I think that they might be willing to take a bath on the Dougie trade. Number one, to get his contract off the books, because if they're trying to free up space and money for Quinn Hughes, then like Dougie's gotta go. But I don't know, like I'm really looking at like O'Reilly after Dim said it, and like Kadri as another option too.
Perfect.
If you add that to that lineup is fucking stacked. Their top line yesterday with the Russian kid was awesome.
And I love the idea of the Metro being like, you know what? Someone's got to fucking do it in the Eastern Conference. We will be those brave men. And the Metro suddenly becoming very, very adult after years and years of it either being Boston or Tampa or Florida. And now suddenly you've got, I mean, Carolina's always there. They're not always like there in the cup final. But yeah. I would love if this ends up being just like almost like a Colorado Dallas type thing that happens in the Metro, where you're like, which one of those teams between Carolina and the Devils like shreds the other one apart sufficiently to be the last team standing?
Right. Yeah. Like we've been
and then the Atlantic is just like a bunch of fuckers having fun, and like the Canadians like trying to make a run, or the Bruins nearly getting into the playoff. Like I will be entertained by the Atlantic, and then when I need my protein, go to the Metro.
The Metro has a briefcase. The Atlantic has cocaine.
Perfect. Who doesn't love that?
Luke hasn't looked good this season, says NY Boost. He's had like his off moments, and like I've been a Luke Hughes skeptic, but I feel like he's looked pretty good for the most part this year, from what I've watched. I haven't been like the closest New Jersey Devils observer, but from what I've watched, Luke Hughes has looked pretty good.
All right, well, let's. Before we get to the standings, and we're talking about tri-state hockey, we have to shout out the legend from the New York Post, Larry Brooks. Just as Pete said off the top of the show, a legend of the game, dies at 75 years young. Had a brief battle of cancer, and if you saw Larry Brooks the last couple of years, he was not slowing down at all. There's a good appreciation that ran in the New York Post, and Molly Walker also wrote a great piece in the New York Post, and everything seemed to indicate that guy had zero interest in stopping, slowing down, etc., which is why on this show still last year, we're saying, God, you see what fucking Brooksy wrote? And that is why I love Larry Brooks. I covered a bunch of games, and we were in the same press box a million times. I had minimal relationship with him, like wasn't buddy or anything, but he was just because I'll say, like, he was his own thing. Mm-hmm. Everybody, and all the people that I respect most in this field, Fluto Shinzawa, Jeff Merrick, are like, it's cool that you're all doing your thing. I've got my thing, I've got my idea, and that's what I'm doing. And I'm not judging you, but Larry Brooks was always working on something different than everybody else. And often it pissed people off. And often he was like borderline cruel. But damn, as Molly Walker put in her thing, like no matter what you thought of him, you were absolutely reading it. Possibly because it was your responsibility to read him, because as she said, like in the second sentence of the 9th graph of one of his slap shots things, there's like this breaking tidbit that you're like, how the fuck, why is he putting that there? He just don't give a fuck. Fluto does that. It's amazing. He was so good at what he did. And like I said, I'll always appreciate that he did not care that we and the internet have all decided this is our take. This is how we feel about this thing. Larry Brooks was like, cool, good for you. Here's what I did.
He's box office. He was a box office beat writer, which does not exist all that often. And he just had like some massively iconic moments and columns over the past couple decades and beyond. So shout out to Larry Brooks, obviously as Hall of Fame. Got like the Elmer something award to get into the Hall of Fame, and so like legendary career, iconic personality in the tri-state area.
And even up until last year, like we were the Ducks make or the Rangers make the Trouba trade with the Ducks, and it's like, all right, the Trouba contract is gone. Larry Brooks, right to work. All right, how are they getting Brady Tkachuk? And everyone was like, the Rangers aren't getting Brady Tkachuk, and he's like, let me see what I can do. Let me see how this can make sense.
Right, yeah.
And like I said, Merrick does this. We try to do it on our show, not nearly as well as the other people I've mentioned. But like, I think that if there's anything that people like that should impress upon you is like, who fucking cares if Twitter or whatever isn't going to agree with an idea or a thought or whatever? Like, as long as you're not hurting anybody, which... To be fair,
he hurt feelings.
Like Brooksy was on that line a lot, but like as long as you're like not actually doing harm or evil, fucking think for yourself, feel the way that you're gonna feel, and I don't know, like it was definitely it was definitely good enough that we were all constantly consuming it.
And like he hurt feelings, but I think that in a lot of those cases, those relationships were repaired. I know that in the sort of the story that was written about him today, it mentioned that John Tortorella had called him this week, and that relationship was long ago repaired. And so, like, those feelings don't. He was a good guy who rubbed people the wrong way sometimes. And in chat says he was a perfect New York beat writer, where like nothing could shake him. He was a little bit brash. Like that feels right. And just kind of the story too about him. Do you know that story about the Ducks in the 2003 final, where he heard the owner of the Ducks talking about the parade before the Ducks had won the Cup final, and he wrote about it and broke that story and really, really pissed off the Ducks owner. And then it ended up coming to light that everything that he had said was correct and Brooksy was right. And then the Devils ended up winning that series, and it was just like a huge story that he had broken, that they were planning the parade in advance, which obviously,
I believe all that because with all due respect to Brooksy, he knows everybody does that. And every team going into any final brings that up. They say, do you know that this team has blocked off these dates at these clubs to celebrate? What are they saying? It's like, you just have to do it.
But the Devils at the time had like used Brooksy's,
put
it in the locker room as like, look what they're doing.
Oh, right. Yeah, of course. Like I said, like that's what you do. You find any way that the other team is like preparing to celebrate or whatever, and you use that as bulletin board material.
The Patriots did that for like 10 years. They had been like a dynasty for 10 years. And anytime anybody wrote anything negative about them, they were like, look, they don't believe in us. You see that? They don't think that the Patriots can do it. What are you talking about?
The Steelers packed for 2 weeks when they played them in the playoffs, and that was a big thing. They were like, oh, they're going, and it was just like a logistic thing. They were like, we want to go to if we win, we want to be able to have a full week there and everything. Sorry to you. But anyway, if you didn't know, we don't want to just sound like old people talking about someone that we admire, and you don't know what we're talking about. If you don't know who Brooksy is, we'll show you a clip of him and John Tortorella, of which there are many. And there are some clips of players being not so nice to Brooksy, and Brooksy absolutely taking it, but we don't want to show people.
I don't know. I wouldn't even say absolutely taking it. I would say going toe-to-toe with players, which is the best
right,
part.
Exactly. But I'm saying, like, he's not doing the thing that a lot of people do, which is, like, laugh along and be like, hey, yeah, sorry. Like, Brooksy would, as you'll see here, one of his retorts to John Tortorella is one of my favorite things in the world. Sean, do you have it?
Should one of your guys have taken a third man in?
I'm not going to answer any questions from you.
You're not?
No.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I'll speculate.
You speculate and be as sarcastic as you can be, as you usually are.
I will.
Go right ahead.
Good. Should one of you guys have taken a third man in?
I said I'm not answering any of your questions. Have you ever fought before?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah. Why? Are you challenging me now?
No, I'm not challenging you.
Okay.
You know, Redden sticks up for his teammates the other night.
Yeah.
And you come out with some sarcastic article.
It was funny.
It was funny?
Yeah. Well, you know what?
You were probably beat up in the bus stop most of the time.
I think so, huh?
Next.
The late second period goal, even
What's
the
that?
late
You're a
second.
great representative of the city. You know that?
Will you let these other guys... Just go stand somewhere else, would you please?
No, I won't.
The just go stand somewhere else is what makes it completely Curb Your Enthusiasm.
No, I won't.
Yeah, it was funny. I do know, and I do remember that Brooksy was merciless to Wade Redden. Not Wade Redden's fault. The teams always wanted to give him money and sign him.
Yeah. Yeah, like I don't always agree with everything that he wrote. And it was sometimes you're like, whoa, holy. But again, like he's box office. It's the same way that I don't always agree with everything that fucking Mike Harrington writes. And I've gone toe to toe with Mike Harrington at points on Twitter, just being like, yo, you sound like a crybaby writing about the Sabres sometimes. But like over the years, I've come to fucking love that because anytime you mentioned, like anytime something happens with the Sabres where it's depressing or like you want to find out what the pulse is, you go straight to Mike Harrington because Mike Harrington is the voice of the Sabres fan base. And I feel like for a lot of circumstances, Brooksy was the voice of the Rangers fan base.
Incredible.
And maybe like that's not what you want from what everybody wants from a beat writer, but I'll tell you what, I have time for it every time.
I'll say I don't know if he was the I think that Harrington connects more to the Sabres fan base than Brooksy did to the Rangers fan base. The Rangers fans are very don't you dare say the wrong thing about my team. And Brooksy was very, would you look at this shit? Where Harrington does, would you look at this shit? And Sabres fans are like, I fucking know, dude.
His last tweet along those lines was someone tweeted at him, Sabres have become a complete embarrassment for Western New York in the NHL. And he quote tweeted it and said, have become ? I think they've been there for quite a while.
God, I love Mike Harrington so much. We got to have him on the show at some point.
We should.
I don't know if I don't know how he feels about me, but I think that he would come on the show.
I feel like I used to hang with Mike Harrington every now and then back in the day. Didn't make like the loudest impression one way or another on me. I think that he was just he maybe saves it for his columns.
I remember the Jimmy Vesey column when the Sabres didn't sign Jimmy Vesey. That was a legendary one.
That was kind of on the Sabres.
Well, yeah, but also
Like they took a risk. They took a risk.
Right.
He said, "I'm not going to sign with you guys," and they were like, "Cool." Traded for his rights anyway. He didn't sign with them, and then to be like this fucking guy.
Well,
like,
do you remember the column that he wrote? It essentially had the energy of, "I thought you went to Harvard, you dumb little shit." So the best.
Jimmy Vesey, by the way, tweeted today saying that that Brooksy was very good to him, which is crazy to me, but that's why Jimmy Vesey would be perfect for Brooksy's crosshairs.
Yeah, perfect chum for Brooksy.
Yeah, exactly. But shout out Jimmy Vesey and shout out the great Larry Brooks of the New York Post. Okay, it is Thursday, November 13th.
I'm sorry.
What?
I found the quote from Mike Harrington about Jimmy Vesey, and it's so good.
Let's hear it, please.
Is he serious? Did this kid go to Harvard or not? What a ridiculous thing to say. Because Vesey said of the Rangers, quote, the thing that jumped out to me was that they came to really want me, which is hilarious to say after the Sabres clearly wanted him so bad that they traded for him, even though he said he wouldn't sign. But yeah, Harrington says, is he serious? Did this kid go to Harvard or not? What a ridiculous thing to say. Every team VC talked to clearly wanted him and had a need in their lineup. How in the world is what the Rangers said to him any different than anybody else?
Honestly, Harrington's got a good point there.
Yeah, I agree.
But I don't think did
this kid go to Harvard or not?
Yeah, that wasn't necessary.
You dumb fucking idiot.
I was on, they traded for him before the draft, and I was on a flight to the draft, and Jack Eichel was on my flight. So after the flight, I was like, after we got off the plane, I was like, yo, you guys traded for Jimmy Vesey. And he was like, oh, damn. And like we talked for a couple minutes about it. And because they were friends, they had some sort of relationship, right?
Not sure. I mean, they both played school in Boston, so I guess that
I
makes
forget
sense.
what it was, but like people were like, "Oh no, he'll sign with them because there's a connection or whatever." So I can't remember if it was like, I think it was on the record, but I came away from it being like, did not strike me as him being like, "Oh, cool, he'll sign here." I think he was like, "Oh, They did? They didn't give up anything good, right?
These quotes are so good. Who does this kid think he is? He's not Eric Lindros, who was a number 1 overall pick. And save for Eichel and Johnny Gaudreau, the list of Hobie Baker winners in the last 15 years is littered with mostly nobodies. Who does this kid think he is?
I mean, honestly, respect to Mike Harrington.
I mean,
that has aged pretty
every
well.
ounce, every ounce of it has aged well.
Yeah.
Mike Harrington's awesome. Okay, it's the 13th, November 13th in the United States and Canada, which means that we are coming up on, you can show it, Sean, we are coming up on U.S. Thanksgiving.
Why does that turkey
14
have
days.
a shotgun?
Why doesn't the turkey get to have a shotgun?
We get to.
How come we get to
make
have
it
one
even.
and the turkey
That
doesn't?
is a fair point. Let's make it a fair fight. Give
Yes.
the turkeys guns.
Okay, so 14 days till U.S. Thanksgiving, and if you do not know, U.S. Thanksgiving is when the playoffs are locked in and set. If you are not in playoff position by U.S. Thanksgiving, you categorically will not make the playoffs.
You are out, baby.
They execute you.
You are done, and
The
that's what the
turkey-
gun is for.
The turkey comes for your ass.
That is, you get a knock on the door, and you're like, "Who's there?" And the turkey's trying to like not make it so clear that it's the turkey. It's like knocking on the door with the gun, and you look through the peephole, and it's that. Give it to me again, Sean. It's that handsome son of a bitch. Look at the. You think that turkey's a good shot? It looks like it knows what. It looks like it doesn't know what it's doing. Actually,
No, I think it looks overly comfortable, which could be a good or bad thing for its shot.
how would you feel if you were? Let's take the turkeys out of it. If like Sean were in, this is too dark because we're in America. But like if Sean were in here with a gun and he looked overly comfortable with it, that would scare you more, wouldn't it?
No, I think I'd be really nervous if somebody had a gun and wasn't sure what they were doing with it.
Yeah.
If they were like,
Yeah, if they were like, how the hell does this work? And
oh
like,
no, I think that I would be like, oh, that happens to everybody. I'll show you, and then take the gun.
Oh no, if you had a
secure
gun,
it.
I'm not in the
Right, but then I have a gun.
Yeah, no, have no interest in being anywhere around.
I have
you.
shotguns before.
Same.
My mom was in the air. Like I have great reverence for gun safety.
I have shotguns. I'm a good shot. I don't have
love-
any interest in having a gun. I don't have any interest in shooting a gun.
Shooting
I don't
guns-
like it.
No. Shooting guns is the most fun thing ever.
It's
so awesome.
No, it's not.
I love doing
Another
it.
thing that is absolutely not for me and I'm confused as to why. And I know I'll say it. Like I don't think that we should have fucking guns. So
I mean,
when people are like, I went and I fucking shot a gun 10 times today, I'm like,
out in the
I
mountains,
don't. I think
dude.
that some people should have guns. I
out
will
in the
say.
mountains, Las Vegas desert, shooting at cans, and I mean, it's like getting in a sports car. It's something about just having that fucking firepower in your hands.
Yeah, so that's the part that I don't like. I don't like having that kind of power in my hands. I have far too many intrusive thoughts and far too much depression to even want a gun anywhere near me.
I don't know if I have any
would-
interest in owning a gun.
I would
but
love to own a gun for protective purposes, as people like to say. I would love to own a gun just kind of, if things go sideways, I would love to have a gun. The problem is, if I had a gun and it was in my house, sooner or later, I believe that gun would be
used in a way
used
not
on
intended.
myself.
I don't know if I have any interest in owning a gun, and I think we need significantly stricter gun control laws, to be clear. But shooting a gun is so fucking fun.
maybe
never
it's the shooting the gun and posting it to the gram that I'm like,
I got pictures of me. I did that exact same thing. Pictures of me with a fucking AR-15.
I paid someone to let me do.
It was and to be fair, I went with a former Marine, so I felt comfortable in that. I was with somebody who knew what they were doing. I wasn't just. I didn't
would
just pick
hope
up a
so.
gun. I didn't just pick up a gun and go shooting shit.
Sean being a big gun guy has caught me by surprise.
Listen. I love America.
So
That
I
is
love
like
guns.
one of the main things about America.
Yeah.
I love a different version of America. I think that Sean and I like the same version of America.
I think so,
you
too.
saying I love America, so I love guns is kind of
I love
because I get to say I love America, which is why I hate guns.
Well, that's not very American. It's in our Constitution.
You know what else is in our Constitution, Sean?
Prohibition. Well, I mean, it was.
lot of stuff is in our Constitution.
No, I know. I mean, to be very clear, we need less guns in the country. We need common sense gun control, and we don't need AR-15s. You want to have a shotgun or a pistol for protection, or you're a hunter, by all means. Don't need weapons of mass destruction. We don't
That's
need
it.
weapons of war.
If you want to have like a little like bitchy pistol, then I'm okay with that. I'm still not thrilled about it, but you want to have a bitchy pistol. But even then, there need to be crazy background checks to even get a bitchy pistol.
We need to be more like Japan.
Like a bitchy pistol that's going to injure somebody and not kill them.
Bring back muskets. It's like the two-factor
you gotta
authentication
fucking-
of guns.
Yeah, you're right. It takes you 9 minutes.
Well, I mean,
to
that's
get
the
it
thing.
going.
We just shouldn't have semi-automatic, right? Like you should have to, yeah. That's gun talk.
Okay. And that's gun talk, but we are 14 days away, 2 weeks, as it's always on a Thursday. There you go. Thank you, Sean. 14 days away until U.S. Thanksgiving, when the playoffs will be, turkey voice, locked and loaded. So let's take a look at what the standings are today by point percentage, because that's how you do it during the season. And I have thoughts on these standings. I'll just give them to you, though, running down in case you're listening on audio. The Atlantic is Canadiens, Bruins, Senators. The Metro is Devils, Hurricanes, Penguins. The wild card is Flyers and Islanders. The Central, Avalanche, Stars, Jets. Pacific, Ducks. And what's that? Kings, Oilers. Wild card is Golden Knights and Kraken. So I've got some thoughts here. Obviously, the funniest one of all this is that even in this bonkers year where we've got the Penguins in the playoff picture right now, we got the Islanders and Flyers in the playoff picture right now, we've got the Kraken in the playoff picture, the Ducks leading the Pacific. The funniest part of this is that even when things are absolutely crazy and bonkers, who's 2 and 3 in the Pacific?
Oh, God.
Hell yeah, brother.
Oh, my God.
Hell yeah, brother.
It is always going to happen.
Death, taxes, and Kings Oilers.
That is the funniest part. It's just Kings play the Oilers again, and who's number 1 in the Pacific? Oh, it's the fucking Anaheim Ducks. Like let's get crazy.
That's so good.
I mean, that part. Honestly, like the Western Conference, Central, just business as usual. Avalanche, Stars, Jets. Pacific, let's get a little crazy with the Ducks, but Kings, Oilers playing each other. Golden Knights in the mix. Kraken's a little crazy, but Western Conference is largely fine. Like, that's largely an okay picture, is it not?
I think so. I think it's fun because it's usual suspects plus 2 kind of surprises. And one of them is an ass kicker in the Ducks.
Yeah.
But the other one is a team that's kind of on the line, and that's what you want around this time.
The Oilers piss me off being there. The Oilers should not be there. Like, the fact that they have been so bad to start the season, and yet it doesn't really matter. There they are. They're in the playoff picture, is why I'm so annoyed by the Oilers, because we know that they're going to fucking be there at the end. Just get your shit together. The Atlantic, Canadiens, Bruins being 1-2 is unbelievable stuff. I obviously don't expect that to stick from the Bruins perspective at least, but I've been begging for the Canadiens, Bruins to be something for years and years and years at this point. So love to see that. The Eastern Conference is way more what the fuck are we looking at here, right? Because a Flyers Islanders wild card picture, get out of my face.
No,
Get out of my face.
That's awesome.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's
Matthew
not.
Schaefer in the playoffs.
Brother,
The Flyers. I don't really have a way to make the Flyers cool, but Matthew Schaefer in the playoffs. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Let me look. Somebody in that there's someone is challenging.
Eileen says you haven't watched many Stars game. No reason for them to be second in the second Central right now. But like, agree, but also we all know that they're going to be there. We all know that they're going to be there. Like, the Stars have not been great to start the season. They're not scoring a ton, but like, the Stars are just a business. They're businessmen. I expect them to be there at all times.
I don't know why NHL.com did this, but NHL.com got some of those wrong, and someone in the chat pointed it out correctly, that by points percentage, the Pacific should be Ducks, Golden Knights, Kraken, Kings, Sharks, Oilers. So fuck me.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm looking at it now. But what if you go and look at it normally, wild card, go by points percentage?
Yeah.
What kind of bullshit is that?
Yeah, the NHL.com website stinks.
All right, so that's a technical horrible thing, but fuck us. That's us doing a live show. But anyway, let me recalibrate it mentally. It will not be hard, and say that right now Atlantic would be Canadiens, Bruins, Senators, Metro, Devils, Hurricanes, Penguins, so that's good. Wild card would be it would be the Flyers and the Islanders. Yeah, so that's all good. The Western Conference Central is
Flyers and
yeah, there's a tie.
oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
Western Conference Central is Avalanche, Stars, Jets, so that is correct. Pacific would be Ducks, Knights, Kraken, and then the wild card would be the Mammoth and the Kings. So
how are you deciding the tiebreaker? Because the Blackhawks are also at 588.
oh, interesting.
So there's currently 3 teams at 588 that would kind of fill up those wild card spots.
Okay, so the
Does the NHL website, like if you sort by points percentage, does it keep the by points when you do it? Because I think I've run into that problem before.
so yes, I think that so here's
it just
what
doesn't
happens.
reorganize.
Yes,
Yeah.
so you sort it by points percentage, but it's still doing the 1, 2, and 3
Yeah,
by
yeah.
points. So
Yeah.
that's on the
yeah.
WeBlameNHL.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However,
Gary Bettman's fault.
let's talk about the teams that are not in the picture, though, because this picture, correctly or incorrectly, but correctly, misses the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah.
Do you like? I mean, as a Bruins fan, you have their pick; it's top 5 protected. So
Are you about to ask me if I like that?
I need the Leafs in the playoffs.
No, I don't. Absolutely do not. I am fully on board for the full on demise. Window closed, Toronto Maple Leafs.
Somebody in the chat says, doesn't it go by points first, then points percentage for the tiebreaker? If you're trying to figure out who would make the playoffs, going by points is not good because teams have not all played the
Yeah,
same
I
number
mean,
of games.
points only matter at
the end of
after
the
82
season.
games. Yeah,
At the end of the season, obviously it goes by points, but we're trying to determine what it would look like if the season ended today.
Like Maple Leafs going full on wheels falling off as the not that I believe in the Bruins, but if the Bruins made the playoffs and the Leafs didn't this year, it would be the funniest thing ever, especially if the Bruins end up with a top 10 pick because of the Toronto Maple Leafs and trading Fraser Minton for Brandon Carlo.
How about the Lightning potentially missing the playoffs?
I'd be pretty surprised.
they're currently part of a
Yeah.
3-way tie for the second wild card spot, but
With
they
the Red
lead those
Wings.
3 teams in goal differential. So if we're looking for some kind of tiebreaker, I guess it would be Tampa currently, but
Yeah, it would be Tampa, it would be the Islanders, and it would be the Red Wings all tied for that wild card spot. Other teams that it would currently have out of the playoffs, Minnesota Wild. Changed their name to Disappointing. Andy Dick voice.
can't be missing the playoffs this year if you're the Minnesota
You
Wild.
cannot be missing the playoffs this year if you're the Wild. The Wild had so much momentum after last season. That would be a real problem.
I mean, not just the momentum. You can't pay anybody $17 million and then not make the playoffs basically for every year during that guy's prime.
Kirill Kaprizov's life and sort of the energy around him is going to be real bad if the Wild don't get their shit together, and like the people are gonna he's gonna be in the crosshairs of everybody over there.
Just if I was him at a certain point, I'd just be like, you know what? Going back to Russia.
Let's do one more minute on what if the Leafs do miss the playoffs? What would they possibly do? Because there's been just blow it up talk the last couple of years. This would be the first time that it would actually be something that you could visit.
Like are you just like visiting, trading Matthews, Nylander?
Right, that's the thing. Like blowing it up, you don't trade Austin Matthews.
no.
You don't. I mean,
And you're also doing it at a time where no one's going to trade an unprotected. Like you're not going to get. Like I don't think anyone's going to trade an unprotected first round pick.
not. Well, no, I'm thinking if they miss the playoffs this year, you're probably not. You already know what the draft order would be. So
Okay,
it's.
yeah. Well, I guess my point is
Nylander, I
you're
would-
not gonna be able to trade him for a first round pick.
I would
worth a lot.
I mean, like seriously speaking, I would not even entertain the idea of trading Matthews or Nylander.
Yeah.
No, like those are the pillars of your team. And the problem with this team is number one, I believe the culture is a big problem there. And like you don't solve that by trading 2 of your best players, but I think they need to address something within that room and that leadership. They need to get faster. They need to get better on the blue line, and they need to get deeper. Like that's not an easy fix, but that's the problem with that team right now: culture, blue line, and speed.
Other than that,
everything's looking
Mrs.
good.
Lincoln.
Also, goaltending hasn't been good this year.
Matthews, I wouldn't trade for anything. Nylander, I'd be like, say the craziest sentence you've ever said to me, and let's find out if it's crazy enough. Like if you're a GM talking to another GM, just be like, say some shit that's gonna fucking blow my mind for Nylander.
Nylander is untouchable. Nylander is untouchable.
So
he
then,
is one of the best players in the league.
Then how do you rebuild if you're the?
You don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't think that you rebuild. Like seriously speaking, I think that you retool, but you don't blow it up if you're in Toronto, because you have at their best two of the very best players in the league. Matthews and Nylander.
I mean, yeah, I agree. I just like you're going to end up not winning. Like if that's all you have, and you have no like real assets to rebuild with or retool with.
Current window, yeah. Like I seriously believe that in this current window, the Leafs aren't going to win shit.
So yeah, I guess that's what I'm
think they can.
saying. Like I know that you can't do this because then you end up being Nico Harrison, but like I think Nico Harrison made an accurate assessment that the Dallas Mavericks were not going to win an NBA championship with Luka as their centerpiece. I think that was 100% true. But you can't trade that guy. Like you can't. So I think Toronto's in a very similar situation where they're not going to win with these two guys because they have no way of getting to their roster to a good spot. But also, you're gonna have problems if you try to trade either of them.
Best landing spot for Matthews. People were talking about in there. Vegas would be fucking incredible.
That is an all-time hair team.
I mean, like him going to Vegas and them immediately winning a Stanley Cup is quite possibly the funniest thing to happen to humankind.
I mean, I'd feel bad for Willie. Willie doesn't deserve that to happen.
Willie will land on his feet somewhere.
Yeah,
else.
just not with Mitch Marner winning a Stanley Cup.
Okay, we've got some jersey behavior that we need to get to because the Bruins had comics come home to benefit the Neely Foundation over the weekend. They do it every year. It's a great thing. A bunch of comedians come. They do a show at the Garden, and a picture emerged of Conan O'Brien. Oh, no, shit, fuck. We shut our wad. There's a picture of Conan O'Brien. Do you have, Sean?
Not a lot.
All right, well, there's a picture of Conan O'Brien holding up a jersey that was given to him by the Bruins, and it says O'Brien, number 4. Mm-hmm. There was a lot of what are we looking at here coming off that because people are saying, Conan O'Brien, if you're a local boy, what are you doing accepting that? And Bruins, if you're the Bruins, what are you doing giving that? For those who don't know, number 4 is retired by the Boston Bruins. It's Bobby Orr's number.
Yeah, my feeling on this is that I don't feel super strongly about it one way or another. I think it's odd behavior. I think it's weird behavior on the Bruins to dish out a personalized number 4 jersey. And if I were to receive one, I feel like I'd be like, "Are you sure? This is weird. I don't like it." I don't think I would personally want that. And the reissuing of a retired jersey is a bit weird. We talked about it with Cale Makar and how the Nordiques did it. I saw a lot of people saying, like, because it's Conan O'Brien, I will allow it because Conan O'Brien rules and he's local. So it's not some random celebrity getting number 4. I still think that it is very, very odd behavior.
He should know because it's Conan O'Brien, he should not accept that. Also, an update on the Bruins have been getting themselves into all sorts of hot water recently. An update on the question we asked yesterday of, was that a little weird that the Bruins were emptying the bench to celebrate David Pasternak's 400th goal? Confirmed, it was unusual. Kevin Majori, the great Kevin Majori, did the research, watched a bunch of recent players' 400th goals. Ovechkin, Crosby, Malkin, Stamkos, Draisaitl, and Kane all had no team celebration, no emptying the bench for the 400th goal. Furthermore, John Tavares scored his 500th goal, and maybe this is just a Leafs thing, but there was no team celebration. So if you were asking the question we were asking yesterday, you're not a bad person. I saw a lot of people being like, oh, everyone just always dumping on the Bruins or whatever. Like, it looked weird. As Sean said, it felt like a big birthday party for your 28th birthday. Something you don't see every day. Confirmed. It was unusual.
Shout out Morgan Geeky for bullying him into doing that research.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm mad at myself that I didn't do the research. I did the research to see how much of a holdup it was. And it was, but it wasn't anything horrible. But that like Kevin Majori, great behavior, awesome job. People were calling into the show yesterday saying like hashtag I stand with Kevin. I thought that was kind of weird. Love it. Do you have the Bobby Orr picture?
Maybe they were talking about Pasternak.
Kevin Pasternak.
That's right.
Exactly.
No. What? Bobby Orr picture?
Yeah, I sent the Conan O'Brien one. I sent it.
It's
in the
okay if
group
you don't
chat.
have that one because I will offer an update to what the Bruins were doing here because it wasn't just Conan O'Brien getting a number 4 jersey. Here's a picture of all the comics that participated. This is from the Boston Bruins, and you could see 8 comics there. Look at those numbers, Pete. You see an 8 for Robert Kelly. You see a 3. You see a 4. You see a 24. You even see a 33. 8 people holding jerseys there. All but 2 of those numbers are retired. And it's 3 jerseys total because Lenny Clark, that psycho, has 83 for some reason. And then you've got Sebastian Maniscalco and Sarah Silverman both holding up number 25, which is not retired for Brandon Carlo, but
Not
could
yet.
be.
Yeah.
Those. So shout out those 3 knowing puck, and then
Hashtag
everybody else.
what is going on?
Why? The Bruins have a lot of retired numbers, but like 8. You know what you're doing when you're holding up an 8 Bruins jersey, and you definitely know what you're doing when you're holding up a 33 Bruins jersey.
I mean, a number 4, I would say, is the most.
44
you know
is the
you're doing.
craziest one, but like 3 I can understand, or 24 maybe not knowing. But like, who doesn't know Terry O'Reilly? Maybe these people just don't know sports at all.
Right,
But
like they're not all local.
somebody's got to be like, yo, Robert Kelly, 8's taken, brother. but it's on the Bruins. I don't put it on the comedians. I put it on the
Right.
Bruins.
Yeah, I don't. What's the explanation? Did they choose the numbers?
Well, that's what.
I
Not
don't.
really.
There's
the
no
point
rhyme
here,
or reason.
Not really the point here, but like, why are they choosing numbers? Just give them fucking 25 jerseys.
Exactly, yeah.
Like,
And-
in what circumstances Conan O'Brien need a custom, like, gotta have my favorite number on my jersey? Like, what? You're Conan fucking O'Brien. Just get a 25 jersey.
And I tweeted out the Conan O'Brien one yesterday, and I did get a little bit of recon and intel from Tyler Davis, your guy from the Ducks
Yes,
Pro Shop,
my brother.
team store employee, and he was saying the Ducks have like very, very strict policies on customized jerseys and which numbers and names they will give out. This is a fascinating element.
You were trying to get a name on the back of one, and they said that it was
No,
they
it-
don't produce slurs.
No, I was trying to get January.
Oh,
and
right,
6.
right. Yeah.
No, in Anaheim, they take your ID and will only do your legal last name if you want a customized jersey, and they will not distribute any of the retired numbers. And another layer, they will only issue legacy players in their era-specific jerseys, which came up this week. This week, it came up because in the Bruins Pro Shop, the Bruins are doing Fanatics Chara jerseys.
They're now doing
and
Chara
DJ was
jerseys.
like, "What's the grade on this? Is this weird?" Because he never wore a Fanatics jersey, but it is the era-specific jersey.
Design? Okay.
Which
That's
is
a little tougher because it's just
Right.
like nobody else is allowed to make jerseys right now.
And
so like
the way I eventually came around on it was, it's like if you get a Mitchell and Ness jersey, where
Yeah.
it's like, here's a throwback to that thing, but like Mitchell and Ness
They
weren't
make
making
the-
those
yeah.
jerseys. So I think it's, I'll let it slide. But if I saw somebody wearing a like 2013 looking Bruins jersey and it says Chara and it has the Fanatics on the back, I'm gonna have some questions.
Yeah, I'd turn. My thing with the only problem I have with the Ducks thing is like, what if you want to buy a jersey for someone else, or like you want to have like a non-problematic, fun last name?
Yeah, or like just like a nickname,
Yeah.
or like
That
you just
one I
wanna
would like
say
them to-
I love boobs 69.
Well, that one.
Shout out
That's
our
why
guy.
they got to have the rule.
Shout out our guy Max.
yeah,
He
yeah.
stayed the fuck away from Tyler. He had to have gone to like NHLshop.com, because a cool thing about the Duck store is that it is not a Fanatics store.
Okay.
They got their own rules.
Yeah,
They're
for
doing
the
their own
Bedard one.
thing. As for the rules Tyler said they have, I loved them more and more as they went on, especially the era specific jersey.
Mm-hmm.
The license thing, off to a weird start for me.
Yeah,
I was like, it's a
was-
little extreme.
That was the only one where I was like, But yeah, the fact that you can't get like a, I don't know, like a Korea jersey and the current jersey makes me happy. Like,
Yeah,
you
like,
should
so,
not
like,
be allowed to do
if
that.
you want a Timu Solani jersey, you're not getting it in
Getting
the new
teal
Ducks
and purple.
jerseys.
Fuck yeah.
As you should. And also, even if they allowed you to, obviously, if you're trying to get a current Timu Solani jersey, you should be put on a list of some sort.
Sean, could you give us an update from our friends in Edmonton? Ice District, says John Gillis, 1728, we'll let you get ass-eaten season number 69. No joke. Seen this oil jersey.
Something tells me that jersey wasn't made in the team store.
I would imagine probably
or
not.
I think it was made
the
in like a
person-
cabin.
The person who made that jersey no longer works at the Ice District. Ice District Authentic.
Yeah, correct.
Ass-eaten season is a ridiculous. That's not my kind of
that-
humor, but like that's
Yes,
the
it is.
funniest thing.
Yes, it is because you guys fucking love the suck me off jersey.
That was
It's
good.
so ridiculous that it's funny.
It's the same shit.
But I'm saying, like, I'm not out here making suck me off jokes, but if I
Yeah,
see
okay,
someone
fair
has a
enough.
suck me off jersey, I'm calling Pete on FaceTime and
I mean,
showing it to
the
him.
best one is the I Love Boobs 69. Because that
think
guy,
it's all
that Bruins
ridiculous.
fan, goes to the games with his partner, who I assume is his partner, which is the funniest thing in the world. One last note from Tyler. Specific to the Bruins example, like Conan O'Brien getting a jersey. He said earlier this year, Matt Rife did a show in Anaheim and asked for one of his favorite number was a retired Ducks jersey. And they said, nope, not happening, bozo. And he ended up getting a number 25 jersey just for the year. So like,
Which should just be the standard.
Yes, do the year. That's what we get whenever people give us jerseys. It's just the year.
Now, what happens in 2033? If the Bruins,
True.
if the Bruins, like then you might, but then you have an excuse. Then you just be like, well, it was the year.
We need
Like,
to find
sorry,
out, did the Bruins, well, the Bruins are a bad example because the Bruins will just
They'll just do
fucking
anything,
crack
yeah.
it wide open for anybody.
were they doing 24 last year? Or?
I'm sure they were. They're fucking giving that out to they're like draping Mitch Hedberg jerseys on his grave with like number 3 and number 4. They don't give a fuck. Any comedian, let us retire a number for you.
That's right. Yeah, so this is, I think, good behavior on the Ducks. Maybe loosen it up a little bit with the
just
license
the
thing.
license thing. Otherwise, every other bit of it was awesome.
I'm just like, I'm totally fascinated. More than I'm angry that the Bruins did it, I'm not really that angry because it doesn't affect my life all that much. I'm fascinated as to how these numbers were chosen and like what the process is like. Was there any sort of hang up on handing these out?
I just like, if somebody were giving me a jersey and they were like, what number do you want it? I guess I would say 31. That's my favorite number. Like I would just say that, but I don't know. Don't ask me. Just give me a jersey.
But I think if the Bruins gave me a number 4 jersey, and I don't know what Conan O'Brien's reaction was, if the Bruins gave me a number 4 Blackburn jersey, I'd be like, I don't think I'm allowed to have this.
I genuinely like. I'm trying to. If it was like, I guess Sabres would be 39. Hashtag like.
Yeah.
They gave me that jersey with my last name on it. I would take it because they're giving me something. But I think it genuinely in the moment I'd be like, 39? You're allowed to do that? Like I would definitely make a remark about it in the moment.
But so the New England Revolution have given me multiple jerseys over the years, and the first time they did it,
They're called kits.
Kits, I'm sorry. First time they did it, I immediately thought, like, well, I'm not going to do my favorite number if there's already a player on the team who has it. And my favorite number was taken. So I went with 96, which was the Revs' inaugural season. Like,
Good behavior.
that's what you should be doing. Just give out a number that isn't, even if it's not taken, or even if it's taken right now, it's got to be like 25 is fine. As long as it's not retired, I guess, if you're like an iconic franchise. But if you're going to a game, like I would go to a lot of Revs games, and I was like, I don't want to wear like Carlos Heel's number with
I
my
think that's
name on
too
the back.
far.
That's so fucking weird.
Like if I got an 88 jersey, I'd be like, that's still fair game because
if you got an 88 Bruins jersey?
Yes, like
that's
it's-
so weird. I was going to say that if somebody gave me a 91 Sabres jersey even, I'd be like, puck knowers know who wears 91 for the Sabres?
Yeah, it would
sure,
throw
but
me off a
it's
little
also
bit.
like my big problem with the 4 thing and the retired number thing is that when you retire a jersey, that is the team saying we are taking this number out of circulation.
Yeah.
It is not given to anybody else. And like obviously like the celebrity or customized, it's not anybody taking the ice, so it's like a little different. It's just it should be taken out of circulation.
I agree. I don't like the fact that David Pastrnak could have 1,000 goals for the Boston Bruins and be like, I want 4, and they'd be like, no. But Conan O'Brien can walk in and be like, I want 4, and they're like, sure, Mr. O'Brien. Like, I don't like that aspect.
Exactly. The Bruins could trade for like Andrei Vasilevsky tomorrow, and he'd be like, could I wear 33, please? Obviously not.
Yeah.
That's Zdeno Chara's number. And I don't know, fucking like Shane Gillis can be like, 33, please? Right this way, Mr. Gillis. Weird.
That's insane.
Weird.
That would be crazy.
Okay, Sean, can you give me the slate?
Yeah.
Do we have a good Thursday slate? Because the
Well,
Monday was good. The
you're gonna
Wednesday
be
was tough.
Disappointed by a detail on the slate.
Oh, you're disappointed by a detail?
No, you are going to be disappointed by a detail on
Yeah.
the
What
slate.
the fuck is happening to my life, man?
Well,
yesterday,
yeah,
at least
yeah.
I got. At least yesterday, I got Jack and Louis.
Oh, it was like a Sportsnet nationally televised game?
Yeah,
Okay.
fuck that, man. If you don't know, folks, the some of these games have been vultured, as Jack Edwards used to say, vultured away from my dear broadcast team. So I'm watching the Oilers on alternate broadcasts, and it is you grow accustomed to a certain lifestyle when you're getting Gene and Bob and all those guys. Anyway, Kings kick it off at the Maple Leafs at 7 p.m. Eastern. That's a good one. That's a
Would have liked to start the season better bowl.
yes, exactly. Although the Kings have
Kings turning
kind of
around.
gotten their
Well,
shit
that's what I'm saying.
together.
Would've liked
The
to
power
start
of
the
Corey
season.
Perry.
Yeah.
And then you've got a Corey Perry Bowl at 7 p.m. Eastern with the Dallas Stars visiting the Montreal Canadiens. Catch me watching it.
It's also a Jordy Ben Bowl.
Oh, right. You got the Bruins at the Senators in a... Don't these guys play like every night?
Can we get
Feels
a
like
Can we
it,
get a
right?
goaltending update? Because are we going to get third time's the charm for Swayman Olmark?
Half of the games played between the Bruins have played this season have been against the Ottawa Senators.
It feels like
and
it.
that's on the dead home.
Nope, we've got a Jonas Korpisalo, Levi Marilainen game.
What the fuck?
How are we 0 for 3 on Swayman versus Olmark?
I feel like that's got to be like goalie coach knowing puck and being like, these guys, Linus can't handle this. He can't
Eileen
handle a
is-
matchup against Sway.
Eileen in the chat says everything is about Corey Perry.
Pretty much.
Correct.
Yeah.
It just is. And the sooner we all
Yeah.
wrap our heads around that. Oh, shout out the Kings. Great behavior. They put out, did you see the thing they put out? It was like a super cut of all the tweets and posts being like, yeah, no thanks, when the Kings signed Corey Perry.
Oh,
Being like,
really?
I will not be rooting for him. Well, and then like it culminates in Corey Perry scoring all these goals and people being like, God damn it, I like Corey
I can't
Perry.
imagine. I can't think of a single player who hasn't done something bad in like real life, like that would become a Buffalo Sabre and be like if prime Danny Heatley, who I hated more than anybody, showed up. Well, maybe bad example, but
He did do
he did
something.
do something bad in real life. Prior to that happening, I guess if he had showed up on the Buffalo Sabres, I'd been like, yeah, you're a Sabre now. That rocks. I can't imagine Corey Perry like being a Ducks fan or a Kings fan. Corey Perry showing up and be like, I hate you that much off hockey.
Oilers get Jordan Binnington, and I am ordering a jersey the next day.
And I am burning it the day after that.
That would be a fucking tough one. If the
That'd be
Oilers
so
had Jordan
funny.
Binnington.
That'd be so funny. That'd be so funny.
Yeah, there were a couple people who were commenting on the Kings Pro Shop video and being like, "You boys released this too late. I would have hated the Corey Perry jersey 3 weeks ago, and
now it's kinda
now I
cool.
want one." So,
That's kind of cool.
I think that makes the timing work out, though, because it just shows how prescient
floor.
Pete was. Okay, give me the slate back. Thank you very much. And then we've got a John Gibson Bowl. John Gibson revenge game.
Oh.
That's at 7 p.m. Eastern when the Ducks visit the Red Wings. You got the Capitals at the Panthers. That's at 7 p.m. ESPN Plus will have, oh, God, no, chat.
I was
Just
going to say,
Wikipedia
Ambassador
page.
to Greece is
Wikipedia
about to
page.
have his world
Just
rocked.
go look up Danny Heatley on Wikipedia.
There is probably
Read-
a section.
There's got to
that
be
you
a
should brush up
controversy or
on.
something section that
Yeah.
you should listen. You should read.
I remember the day that happened.
Same.
Man, oh man. ESPN Plus has you for the Oilers at the Blue Jackets in a You Wore That Game Yesterday Bowl, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. You got the Buffalo Sabres at the Colorado Avalanche in a full circle bowl because I began the show saying the Sabres might be in huge trouble. That's what I'm talking about.
But what better opportunity to get things back on track? Like if they beat the Avalanche, this is a really good opportunity to say we are not the same Buffalo Sabres.
And Peter, if they lose to the Avalanche, then you get to say
What did you expect?
that. No, you get to say, you know what? This is just what they needed. After all the they needed a 9-1 loss.
True.
It is an honor to be destroyed by the Avalanche.
I want them to call up Georgiev because that would be the funniest thing ever. Famously, I want to say it was either the start. It was one of the first couple of games of the losing streak last year, where the Sabres were up like 5-0 or 5-1 on Alexander Georgiev's Colorado Avalanche, and they lost that game. So can't get worse, I would like to think, but also this is a Colorado Avalanche just beat the Edmonton Oilers 9-1. So
That's a Casey Middlestat Bowl, by the way. And yeah, it's a Bo Byram revenge game.
Ryan O'Reilly Bowl.
Ryan O'Reilly Bowl. I think that when I see Sabres and Avs from now on, I'm just going to go right to Casey Middlestat because
Understandable.
they both tried it. It didn't work. You got the Sharks at the Flames, 9 p.m. Eastern. Once upon a time, this Sharks at the Flames, is that a Evgeny Nabokov Bowl?
I believe so. I only can think of Nabokov as a Shark.
Yeah, I can think of him as a He never played for the Flames.
I was going to make this comment the other day. We kind of got away from our whole
Oh,
bowl
Mika
bit.
Kiprasov is who I was thinking of. Fuck.
Go.
Yeah.
Mika Kiprasov was one of my favorites when I was younger.
Yeah, Islanders at Golden Knights. That's at 10 p.m. Eastern. And then you got the Jets at the Kraken at 10 p.m. I will not be watching, but I could watch. Do I watch Islanders Golden Knights?
Wild card matchup. Wild card teams.
I might not watch past 9 p.m. tonight. Also, Drake May and the New England Patriots are taking on Justin Fields and the New York Jets. Should go well.
Yeah. They're going to win by 30, and then people are going to talk about how Drake May should win the MVP.
That's right.
Again.
Actually,
Best
okay.
quarterback in football.
No, that's
Slate-
not true.
Slate's an A-. I do have one off of that. Brought to you by Sports Interaction, Sportsbook and Casino. Every game is your game when you bet with Sports Interaction. Bet the action on every period, every shift, every shot. With Canada's homegrown sportsbook, Sports Interaction, Ontario only, 19+. Please play responsibly. What do you think the spread is for New York Jets at New England Patriots on Thursday night?
Patriots on the road.
Patriots at home.
Yeah,
Patriots
that-
at home.
that
They should be getting like 10.5 points.
I'm going to go 13.
Patriots are getting 13 points.
Wow. Are they actually?
But they're
Yeah.
not getting 13 points. They're giving.
I'm sorry,
13 points.
Patriots are giving 13
Yeah.
points. The Jets are getting 13 points. Thursday Night Football, stuff stupid.
Yeah, I know.
I think I'm taking those Jets points.
I think so, too.
Not,
You're not stupid enough to
not
bet
a
on the
chance.
Jets. Yeah.
And not a chance that I'm losing money by banking on the New York Jets.
That's probably fair. But I agree. Thursday night, like if there was a time you were going to bet on the New York Jets to cover 13 points against the New York Jets or the New England Patriots, it's a Thursday night football game.
A very funny story. I was at a wedding about like a year or two ago, and one of my good friends, Ian, big Jets fan, convinced one of my friend's dads to put a future on I think the Jets winning the Super Bowl, or it was either making the playoffs or winning the Super Bowl. And given that this was at a wedding, there was plenty of alcohol flying around. Convinced my friend's dad to do it. Woke up the next morning, we checked in on everybody, and we were like, do you remember that you placed a future on the Jets to win the Super Bowl? He was like, oh yeah, I woke up this morning, checked my account, immediately cashed that ticket out and got my money back. No chance. That was a horrible decision.
So just like lost the $30.
No,
or
like cashed out for $30.
No, but so wait, he bet $30 and they let him cash it out because normally when you cash out after you place a bet, you have to pay a little asshole tax. It'll say like
A
cash
few
out for like
cents or
23 or something.
There's been several times where I've done a bet and then like seen that I missed like a boost or something and immediately cashed out, just got that money back and then placed it again.
Hell yeah. Well, when you do that, make sure you do it with Sports Interaction. Every game is your game when you bet with Sports Interaction. From puck drop to overtime, bet with live odds on every play with easy deposits and payouts. Go to sportsinteraction.com/whatchaos to open an account. Ontario only, 18+. Please play responsibly.
Just scrolling through Twitter, I saw someone tweet, would the Patriots trade Drake May for Josh Allen straight up?
Nope.
I don't want to think about that.
There's not a quarterback in the league that I would trade Drake May for right now.
Yeah, I mean, yes is my answer.
My answer is no.
I get
I
why
mean,
no makes a lot of sense.
You can't, in a real world, like in the way that the world actually works, like if either side approach that, neither side can make that trade. Josh Allen is a better quarterback than Drake May.
Can't say for sure.
You can.
No, I think that it's one of those. Somebody said like you can't make a trade unless you're sure the guy that you're trading is not the guy. Like if you're trading a guy, you have to know that he is not the guy.
I mean, that's not true.
But like
in a perfect world,
how many times have you seen somebody make that trade and then be burned because the guy is a guy?
I think the Flames might have suspected Matthew Tkachuk was the guy.
Right, but that's a basketball.
That's
book.
what I'm saying. Like in a basketball book. Yeah, in a perfect world, if you're making like a quote unquote hockey trade where it's like my piece for your piece.
I'm talking about any situation where you are not backed into a corner and have to trade a guy.
So you're saying the Joe Thornton trade was maybe not Mike O'Connell's smartest move?
It's a real hot take on my part. I would say no. Would say not a good trade.
Pete will explain on Monday's episode. Amazing stuff. Everybody, Josh Allen is washed. Says, of course, it's Mike and Woburn who says that. Josh Allen is unbelievable. I did wish that we spent a little more time on it. Sometimes I'll watch back clips of our show and be like, damn, there was more we could have done there. Dimitri basically coming out and saying like, oh, Stamkos is washed. He's going to get mad because I always put words in his mouth, but that's what he was kind of saying.
I mean, he said he's not a very effective player right now.
Right now. He's a very one-dimensional player right now.
Yeah.
Which
I still think, even if that's true, which it probably is, I still think that he is a fascinating trade target.
Totally.
Fascinating. Because even if all he does is score power play goals from that spot, how many teams covet that? How many teams want that? Like, if you're a contending team, that is a valuable commodity to have.
Damn, I just so badly I selfishly want someone to try to skirt the double retention thing immediately.
I know you do.
That's why I'm
you're not rooting for a team right now. You are rooting for just double retention to still be a thing.
I'm rooting for a team to be like, well, since you're being fucking stupid and making us do it this way, we'll do it this way. Now what do you got? And the NHL, who even wanted it? I think it was it owners who wanted it?
Double retention?
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
Or like
that,
the
can't
double
imagine
retention
that
speed bump.
GMs would want that.
Like, are you saying who wanted this like to have to wait 75 days?
Yeah.
Who wanted to make it harder to have double retention?
I mean, probably players, right? They don't want to be able to get shipped out like immediately after getting shipped somewhere.
Yeah, but
No,
normally,
that's what this is
normally
created,
they don't
though.
have to go to this
Oh,
place.
that's fair.
Yeah, that's what this is created,
Yeah.
though.
mainly like
making
a
them have
paper
to do
paper
that, yeah.
transaction. Yeah.
Then yeah, you got. I don't know.
That
Like, who
is
benefits
true.
from
It's
that?
forcing players, like increasing the likelihood that players are going to have to go somewhere for 75 days and then pack up and move their shit again.
That is very
which is
odd.
a nightmare for a player.
And it's just going to make it harder to trade players. Like, I guess Stamkos doesn't have trade protection, right?
He does.
Or he does, yeah. So like, if he like your Blackhawk example yesterday, why would he accept that if the thought is they're just going to ship him out in 75 days?
Well, I like I said, he would have to agree to it, and it would be, we're going to bring you in here, see if you can help us get where we want to go, and if so, you get to play your final years trying to bring a team to the playoffs. That's fun. However, if after 75 days, if you don't like it, or if we're not going to get where we need to go, then we trade you and get more than we had to give up because we'd be eating more money. And instead of suddenly getting Steven Stamkos for $6 million, teams are going to get Steven Stamkos for $3 million. They can wrap their heads around that. And most importantly for you, you end up on a team that's like really not just trying to get to the playoffs, but like cup contender.
Like there's more likelihood that you're going to end up with a contender because of the team that you go to. Like in this case, if he goes to the Blackhawks and it doesn't end up working out, he's got a second shot.
No,
to
I
land
mean,
on a contender.
I wasn't trying to say that your thought didn't make sense or whatever. I guess I'm just saying generally speaking, like there's going to be instances where a player is like, I don't want to take that risk. Like I don't want to have to move twice in the middle of a season. So
and also another, like,
him.
why would it happen is because if Stamkos wants to eventually end up on a contender, double retention kind of might be his only way. Someone in the chat saying like Stamkos would be nice in Edmonton. I'm sure the people were like, oh, well, get him to Vegas or like all these places. Like, unless Predators would have to absolutely eat half for it to even begin to be a conversation.
Right. Yeah.
And then you're saying like $4 million for Steven Stamkos, and they're eating half, so I'm giving something up. I don't know if the math ends up mathing there. So it really might take Predators trade him to one team and eat a quarter, so then he's down to 6, and then that team eats half, so then he's down to 3, and you can kind of go for it from there. It's fascinating. And, you know, if we will it to happen, if we get either Stamkos on the Blackhawks, or I still like Ryan O'Reilly, Pete's Blackhawks thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just get him in red.
Like I still really like the idea of him on the Blackhawks, but I'll tell you what, Dim did a great sell job for the Devils.
Yeah, I mean that would rock.
Someone in the chat says Stamkos to Vegas seems inevitable. That's because everybody to Vegas seems inevitable, my friend.
Yep. Do you have to get out of here? Because I saw something that I wanted to bring up, and it can wait. But
no, we've got a couple minutes.
Okay. I saw Andrew Raycroft say this week that he thinks that NHL games are getting a little bit too long, and he did great behavior. He complained about something and then offered a solution rather than just complaining about it.
Okay.
So that some NHL games are getting a little bit too long. Here's how I would cut out maybe just a little bit of time. I would change the icing rule to only apply if you ice the puck from your own end. So instead of the red line, make it the blue line. And I think that's a pretty good idea. Like, that would be very, very palatable on my part. Like, I don't agree that games are too long. I don't think the icing rule needs to be changed, but it is something that would affect my life so little and probably save a tiny bit of time.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how it affects the gameplay. Because if it makes the gameplay then a little more boring, I don't like that. I think that it would.
I think it would.
Unless I'm wrong. Boys, both you think of this while I'm... would it reduce the action?
Yeah, well, because I heard, maybe it was Rob Ray, but I heard somebody recently complaining about how, like, when they got rid of the two-line pass rule, like, it decreased the action in the neutral zone. So now you're just getting a lot of stretch passes and stuff like that, as opposed to, like, stick handling and big hits in the neutral zone, all that. And so I feel like this would have to exacerbate that problem, right? Because now you're allowing players to take even bigger risks, I guess, with stretch passes.
Well, I was thinking of a different risk thing. Like, I think that my mind went straight to it would open up more puck races, like dumping it in from the neutral zone and having like the danger for like long stretches and guys eating shit into the boards while going on a puck chase. Like that, I know the league wants to limit, and that's why they're doing auto icing and stuff like that. So that's where my mind went, but I think it's an interesting thing to discuss.
How about only empty the bench for significant milestones?
I'd probably do it.
That would slow it down, or that would speed it up. Someone says you could also stop dropping the puck like 38 minutes after you say you're going to. I'm cool with that. I've gotten used to that.
Would start there. No,
it's a good place to start, but
it doesn't change how long the game is.
I need, when you list a start time, that thing should start at that time.
No, I disagree. I want to know when I need to turn the TV on. So if the game starts at 9, I turn the TV on, and Duffer and Buron are there getting me ready for the game. I get to see Cammy Clooney do the anthem, and then the game starts.
You get it.
That's what I want.
That's what I want.
I want there to be a little bit of a setup, a little hors d'oeuvre, if you will.
Coverage starts at 7, puck drop at 7:15.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
List the start time at 7:15.
No, list the start time at 7 so I know when to turn the TV on.
No, I mean movies.
And that's also when you should show up to the
start
game.
time, and then 38 minutes after the start time, the movie starting is outrageous.
But at least on the AMC app, it tells you that you're to expect 15 to 25 minutes of trailer.
Oh, does it?
Yes, it does do that. So like, and also that's like, you know, that with the trailers aren't as much of the movie experience as the warm ups or the anthem are a part of the live sports experience. So I want them, like, they're telling you when the event starts, not when the game starts, and the event is bigger than the game, I think.
Mike Curtis, Mike
Some
from
things are
Uberns,
bigger than the game, Pete.
Yes.
Okay.
Mike Curtis says teams up 1 late would just be dumping pucks after zone exits. That would probably be true.
Yeah, I just think I also disagree that, like, I don't know that games are too long. So I feel like the negative effect of a rule change like that would way outweigh what I think would be a non-existent positive of shortening the game by a few moments.
Back to the drawing board, Razor. Nice one.
But I do agree. I appreciate that he at least tried to give an idea.
Right. If you're going to complain about something, offer a solution.
I heard a pitcher the other day talking about how to make baseball more interesting. You should have a first half and a second half winner, and the first half winner should get it. I was like, I think it was Smoltz. I was like, get the fuck out of my face.
Give me the largest hammer with which to bludgeon you.
And the point that he was making was like kind of valid, but
not a gun guy, but he'll bludgeon you with a hammer.
Blunt force trauma. Make him suffer.
We've already solved the make baseball interesting situation. We did it 20 years ago. Let these guys fucking juice.
I know.
I mean, I agree, but also, like, we just got Cal Raleigh and Aaron Judge, hopefully clean. Like, if you can get that without juicing, that would be awesome.
Okay.
Think about how good those guys would be if they were on steroids.
That's right.
Yeah, Aaron Judge may be able to stay healthy.
Many more thoughts we have, and you can find us wherever you want to find us, the various social medias. We always check in anyway throughout if anything breaks or whatever, and maybe, I don't know, maybe trade season could start. If Stamkos goes through to Blackhawks, will we do a live
Definitely.
We'll do like a live "We told you so" kind of thing. And I did see some people.
I don't even know if it's a "we told you so." Like, I think everybody's kind of assuming that the Preds are going to strip this down.
No, but
to
if
the
Stamkos
Blackhawks.
to the
Specifically
Blackhawks,
to the Blackhawks,
somebody
then
did.
let's do a victory
Somebody
lap, yeah.
was like, after the Seth Jones thing, I'm listening.
I think if Ryan O'Reilly goes to the Devils, we should go live and take a victory lap.
I don't think we can.
For
I know
having the
Tim
right
can.
people.
But for having the right people
Asking
on
the
show.
right question
Yes,
to the right
exactly.
person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And by asking the right questions, Dim brought it up himself.
Okay, make sure you have liked everything you possibly can. Like this video. If you're listening on audio, make sure that you leave a nice comment or review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, wherever it may be. And please subscribe to our YouTube and on social media. We've been pumping out the clips, and they've been good.
Yeah.
Real quick,
Yep.
I feel like we have to bring this up simply because it was the headline of the show. The New Jersey, the Panthers.
Oh yeah, Roberto Luongo. What are we looking at here? Posted this, and
Looks like an art rendering of his former pads.
Yeah.
That's not his former pad because his pads had the big Coho logo on them. But that's what he used to wear.
that is what he used to wear with the old Leaping Panther jersey, the red one. So either I would venture to assume that means maybe the Panthers are bringing back a third jersey, like the retro style one, or they're going to go in that direction for the Winter Classic.
I keep forgetting that we're going to get
Yeah.
Winter Classic and Stadium Series jerseys at some point.
So that's something to keep an eye on.
All right. We'll talk to you on Monday. Love you. Bye. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to What Chaos here on YouTube. You will get everything, daily episodes, player interviews, and so much more. It's all here on the What Chaos YouTube. Hit subscribe.